Imagine a planet once completely covered in ice. From the frigid poles to the glowing equator, our Earth has experienced at least 2 such ice ages in its long history. These giant snowballs swallowed everything, turning the planet into a white mass of ice, sparkling in the weak light of the sun. And then, over millions of years, the landscape gradually changed. Today, the ice is melting at a dizzying rate, leaving scientists wondering, what secrets lie beneath that eternal layer of ice? Greenland, the second largest ice sheet on Earth, is a living testament to the power of ice. At nearly 2 miles thick, it covers 80% of the island, like a giant blanket embracing its deepest mysteries. Massive glaciers like Jakobshavn hurtle toward the sea at an astonishing rate, up to 150 feet, 45 meters, a day, mercilessly carving out the landscape. And giant icebergs rise from the coastal waters, towering 300 feet, 90 meters, high, as tall as the Statue of Liberty, shimmering in the sun like giant ice castles floating in the vast ocean. But what really makes Greenland so magical, right? It's not just the moving ice streams or the majestic icebergs, but the frozen ice shell that hides countless secrets from the distant past. Scientists have begun digging, and what they have discovered is beyond imagination. Logo, Greenland is a vast 836,000 square miles, more than 2.17 million square kilometers, 3 times the size of the giant U.S. state of Texas, yet its population is just 56,000 people, the lowest population density in the world, like a desert island in the middle of an icy ocean. The frigid lands make most of the island uninhabitable, but along the southwest coast, the warm Gulf Stream flows in, bringing with it a temperate breath, turning this place into a pleasant oasis where a third of the population gathers, living in harmony with the harsh nature. In the center of Greenland, the temperature always hovers below zero, a white world where snow falls constantly and never melts. It accumulates gradually, layer upon layer, creating a magical journey from gentle snowflakes to eternal ice. When new snowflakes fall on Greenland's ice sheet, they start out as fluffy, light as cotton, with a density of only 50 to 70 kilograms per cubic meter. But then, under the weight of the new snow, they become compressed, increasing in density with depth. At depths of more than 260 feet, 80 meters, the air bubbles in the snow can no longer contract, and miracles happen. The snow solidifies into river ice, solid and eternal. In total, Greenland holds 695,000 cubic miles, about 2.9 million cubic kilometers, of ice, believed to have existed for hundreds of thousands to millions of years, like a treasure sealed in time. However, Greenland was not always such a giant iceberg. Under its white shell lies a giant rocky island, once a lush paradise, where valleys meander, rivers flow, and countless lakes sparkle in the sun, nurturing abundant life. Even today, not every corner of Greenland is dominated by ice. Move to the island's extreme south, where Kingwa Valley, Greenland's only forest, whispers an invitation. A rare green canopy rises from the icy desert, a verdant reminder of the past. And as global temperatures continue to climb, will this green sliver of life spring to life, transforming the frozen landscape into lush forests, bringing Greenland back to life? In 1966, U.S. military scientists drilled through nearly a mile of ice in northwest Greenland, and what they found astounded the world. Unique branches, leaves, and plant fossils, perfectly preserved as if time had stopped. They're described as freeze-dried. With just a few drops of water, they'll burst open, looking as if they were frozen yesterday, their veins still sharp, their colors still vibrant. Some 400,000 years ago, these lands were once lush pine forests interspersed with tundra, flat, cold, wind-whistling landscapes, devoid of tall trees but teeming with stubborn, low-growing plants that clung to life in the bitter cold. These discoveries are not just remnants of the past, but also keys to the larger story of Greenland's journey, and perhaps, the deeper secrets that lie hidden beneath the melting ice. Think of the Greenland ice sheet as a giant time capsule, tightly sealed with ancient ecosystems, waiting to be opened to tell the story of millions of years ago. The thick layer of ice is not just a cold shell, but also acts as a perfect insulating cloak. It shields the ground below from the howling winds and the bitter cold of the sky, while heat from the depths of the earth creeps up, warming the ground from below patiently. In the center, the ice clings tightly to the solid frozen ground, creating a steadfast stability, like a sleeping giant, unwavering. But as you get closer to the outer edges of the ice sheet, where it is more fragile, more vulnerable, things start to change. The bedrock has melted, turning into a wet, muddy layer, and if enough water is left behind, it acts as a natural lubricant, making the ice slide ever faster. That accelerating flow, like a raging glacier, could accelerate the rate of melting, creating a dangerous cycle. Right now, Greenland's ice sheet is bleeding at a dizzying rate, more than 200 billion tons a year, a figure so massive it could fill nearly 91 million Olympic swimming pools, each holding 660,430 gallons of clear water. And if all that ice were to disappear, global sea levels would rise by about 23 feet, 7 meters, wiping out coastal cities and causing millions of deaths. According to a 2019 study, there are already about 680 million people crammed into low-lying coastal areas where waves can easily swallow them. By 2050, that number could balloon to more than a billion, a population teetering on the brink of change. Greenland is now losing ice faster than it is gaining new ice, though it will likely take centuries, even millennia, for the ice sheet to completely melt. Do we have enough time to prepare for what's coming? The scale of the ice sheet is mind-boggling. Its sheer weight has forced the island center down 1,000 feet, 300 meters, below sea level, creating a permanent scar on the Earth's crust. And strangely, history repeats itself. Some 20,000 years ago, during the last ice age, a similar mass of ice crushed parts of the land, pushing them deep into the planet's crust, transforming the terrain into vast depressions. Back then, the ice sheet didn't just dominate Greenland, it covered everything, from the majestic mountains of Scandinavia through the frozen Arctic to the vast plains of the United States and Canada, a world of white, where everything lay dormant under a thick blanket of snow. And today, something interesting is happening to those lands, like a slow-motion drama of nature. Think of the Earth's surface as a giant mattress with a magical shape memory. You push down, it compresses, but when you release the pressure, it slowly, patiently returns to its original shape, millimeter by millimeter. Likewise, as the ice sheets retreat, the land beneath begins to rise, relieved of millennia of burden, while neighboring areas must adjust by sinking deeper to keep up. The process is as slow as the planet's breathing. Some areas are still recovering from the ice age, while places like the U.S. East Coast will continue to sink for thousands of years to come. As a result, these lands are now more at risk than ever from rising sea levels, unwilling victims of an icy past. Today, Greenland looks like nothing more than a white desert, a far cry from its green name. But scientists have cleverly lifted the veil of secrecy, revealing what the island has kept hidden for centuries. In 2013, a shocking discovery was made: a giant canyon hidden beneath the ice, more than 460 miles, 750 kilometers, long, up to 6 miles, 10 kilometers, wide, and some 2,600 feet, 800 meters, deep, a spectacular geological fissure, more than a third longer than Arizona's legendary Grand Canyon, just 277 miles, or 446 kilometers. To this day, it remains the longest known canyon on Earth, a wonder buried under billions of tons of ice, waiting for the light of day. You can't see it with the naked eye, but the ice-covered canyon was likely once the channel of a giant prehistoric river, carved by violent floods that ripped through the stubborn bedrock some 2 million years ago, creating its dramatic curves. And even now, it's still at work, carrying meltwater from deep beneath the ice, weaving its way out to the ocean, like the island's underground veins. Greenland even once had a giant lake, covering 2,700 square miles, 7,000 square kilometers, as large as Rhode Island and Delaware combined, fed by at least 18 streams, up to 800 feet, 250 meters, deep, a water oasis today. The ancient lake has become a deep, sediment-filled depression, a mysterious box containing traces of a time when water, not ice, carved Greenland's terrain. Layers of mud that tell the story of rushing rivers, sparkling lakes, and an island that once brimmed with life instead of lying dormant beneath a blanket of white. Decades of ice-penetrating radar have painted a vivid picture of the subterranean world, a network of majestic mountain ranges rising thousands of meters above sea level, with jagged peaks and deep valleys that not only exist but also whisper to the flow of the massive ice sheet above. The ice, like a giant blanket, hugs the shape of the hidden mountain terrain, undulating along its rugged contours. And then there are the plunging fjords, channels hundreds to thousands of meters deep, carved by the relentless forces of ice over millions of years, like long scars on the planet's flesh. Greenland's glaciers are constantly on the move, a slow but powerful dance, and their course is entirely dependent on the subglacial mountains, implacable obstacles that shape the flow of meltwater, changing speed and direction like a river guided by giant boulders. And those fjords? They are escape routes, where giant icebergs silently slide out into the vast ocean, carrying with them the icy breath of the past. The island's icy veil not only hides a mysterious past, but also holds a rich treasure trove of natural resources, waiting to be discovered. Geological surveys have revealed the presence of rare earth elements and precious metals, sparkling in Greenland's bedrock. Elements like neodymium, dysprosium, and europium, the stars of modern technology, are key to the production of smartphones, wind turbines for renewable energy, and countless other high-end applications, making them the lifeblood of the digital future. The island's subglacial terrain may also harbor precious metals like gold, silver, and platinum, glittering treasures waiting to be brought to light. But don't forget, there's also water, and lots of it. Locked away in the vast ice sheets of Antarctica and Greenland, they hold more than 68% of the Earth's freshwater, a vast reserve that could save the planet if harnessed wisely. Greenland's unique geological features also open up huge potential for geothermal energy, a sustainable alternative to traditional, smog-ridden sources of energy. The idea is simple and magical, harnessing heat from deep within the Earth, where it seeps up to the surface in a process called heat flow. Along Greenland's west coast, this heat flow is 3 times stronger than the island's average, a warm source of energy bubbling beneath the icy crust. Unlike fossil fuels with their toxic emissions, geothermal heat generates electricity with minimal greenhouse gases, a promise for a cleaner planet. Perhaps, one day soon, Greenland will be the key to a carbon-free lifestyle for humanity, where clean energy flows like underground rivers. All of this makes Greenland a veritable treasure trove of precious resources. But more than that, it is also a place where Mother Nature shows off her boundless creativity, creating wonders that leave us in awe. In 2010, scientists stumbled upon strange formations under the Greenland ice sheet, a discovery that left them breathless. At first, they thought they were ghost mountains, like the icy ghosts once found in Antarctica, lurking in the darkness. But they were wrong. These are called jelly roll sculptures, giant ice structures up to 3,000 feet, 900 meters, high and 3,300 feet, 1,000 meters, thick, as large as Manhattan skyscrapers, and Greenland has dozens of these artworks scattered across the ground. Just imagine how vast the void between the ice above and the bedrock must be to accommodate these giants, a vast underground space where ice dances in unexpected ways. These giant features are made of a strange kind of ice, not ordinary layers, but twisted, rolled like giant rolls, and they can be as old as 120,000 years, carrying memories of past eras. Thanks to sophisticated radar imaging, researchers discovered that these jelly rolls lie just 0.6 miles, 1 kilometer, from Greenland's white surface, so close they whisper right under our feet. People have long likened Greenland to a layer cake, but made of snow, soft on top, becoming firmer with depth. But the process is reminiscent of building a sandcastle on the beach. You pour in wet sand, and it solidifies at the bottom, gradually solidifying the layers below, slowly building up a solid structure. Likewise, that refrozen ice keeps accumulating, adding new layers, forming a complex winding system beneath the seemingly unchanging flat surface, a masterpiece carved over hundreds, even thousands of years, like secret wrinkles of time hidden under a white coat. But dig deeper, beneath that majestic layer of ice, there is something much older, a giant scar from the distant past. Go back in time to when Greenland was a lush temperate forest, with lush trees and babbling rivers, and then suddenly, a giant meteorite, 0.9 miles, 1.5 kilometers, wide, crashed like a space bomb, hitting the island. The force of the impact was probably millions of times stronger than an atomic bomb, enough to set off magnitude 9.0 earthquakes and spread wildfires like hell, turning the sky into a sea of fire. Fortunately, the tragedy occurred tens of millions of years after the dinosaurs had quietly left Earth, and long before the first humans set foot on the planet, an isolated event in the flow of history, leaving no direct trace on modern life. The meteorite left its legacy in the form of the now famous Hiawatha impact crater, 19 miles, 31 kilometers, wide, which now lies dormant under 3,000 feet, 900 meters, of ice, like a frozen wound hidden for millions of years. Discovered in 2018, its location played a pivotal role in the exploration, turning the initial data into a dramatic scientific story. The crater lies just below the northwest edge of the ice sheet, where underground streams flow from below, carrying strange sediments, sands that suggest they were exposed to sudden, extreme heat, as if melted in a giant furnace. By analyzing each grain under a microscope, researchers have pinpointed the exact date of the impact, a jaw-dropping 58 million years ago, during the late Paleocene, a period when Earth was emerging from the darkness of extinction. Greenland is truly one of the most spectacular landscapes on Earth, a silent gatekeeper to our planet's secrets, from ice ages to cosmic collisions. We've only scratched the surface of this desolate landmass, but in the coming years, countless studies will be conducted, using advanced radar, deep drilling, and new technology, revealing more layers of buried history. And who knows what secrets lie dormant beneath the vast icy expanse, waiting to be discovered. Could this seemingly alien landmass hide clues to the future of our planet, strange extinct animals, or even a civilization long forgotten since the dawn of time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And as we continue our journey through the ice, further discoveries will take us closer to the heart of Greenland, where past and present intertwine, promising even greater surprises.